guys, welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Braden Timmons, and today we are talking about The Last Voyage of the Demeter, which is distributed by Universal Pictures and is in theaters tomorrow. And in this film, Dracula's unholy presence dooms the crew of the merchant ship Demeter as it sails from Carpathia to London. The film is directed by Andre Overdahl, who, as many of you guys may know from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark from 2019, which was one of the best horror movies of that year. He has a really great knack for directing terrific horror films outside of Scary Stories. He also directed The Autopsy of Jane Doe, which came out in 2016, which I know that there's a lot of horror peeps that are fans of. I've yet to see that movie, but from what I've seen with his work with this film and Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark in particular, is that he just has a really great knack for directing really, really good suspenseful scenes. And that's one thing that I appreciate about him. But this is easily my favorite film of his so far, and this may be my favorite on-screen adaptation that we have seen of Dracula this far as well. Dracula is absolutely terrifying in this movie. That's the first thing I want to talk about is Dracula. How is Dracula? Well, when he's on screen, he means business. That's all I gotta say. There are some very, very good violent scenes in this movie, and again, guys, Dracula is terrifying here. My favorite on-screen performance that we've seen of Dracula so far, still comes from the 2004 film Van Helsing, starring Hugh Jackman. That still has my favorite on-screen performance, like when Dracula's in human form. This has my favorite on-screen version of just the look of Dracula. But if you took Richard Roxburgh, who plays Dracula in 2003, and merged it with this version of Dracula, I think that you would have a very, very damn good standalone Dracula movie. But this movie is tight, it's contained, it knows what it is. The film's cast is also incredibly talented. We've got Corey Hawkins, Liam Cunningham, and David Mestelchian all within one movie, and each of them are really, really good. Most of the main cast that we see in this movie is people that you have seen in larger projects over the course of the last 5 years. This is the second time I've seen David Mestelchian in a horror film this year, because he also had a small role in The Boogeyman earlier this year, but he is really much more of a standout here. But Corey Hawkins as the lead is definitely the standout character. I mean, he is a character that you can get behind. He gets on board this ship. He is one of the smartest crewmen on board. He's a doctor. His character really does do a great job at staying calm in very, very stressful situations. And, you know, he's got a really great relationship with a young kid on board, and he's there essentially to help. Like, when shit hits the fan, he tries his best to help. It's almost as if, since he is the smartest one on board, and since he is the most educated, and since he is a doctor, when shit kind of happens, he is the one that's responsible for taking care of all these men and trying to save them. And that's something that you can definitely get behind. And there's some really great lines that he has when he's talking to this young kid. But yeah, guys, I really do think that he is a really stellar overall character to get behind. And the last thing that I gotta cover, man, is just the suspense and the look of this movie. The movie absolutely looks fantastic. And that also has a lot to do with why this is my favorite film so far of Andre Overdahl, because the look of the movie, you guys know me. I'm a big fan of the blue moonlight feel, and this movie is filled with it. When the nighttime shots, they look absolutely breathtaking. This movie is gorgeous to look at. I mean, all of the colors really pop off because of that dark blue background, and the moonlight shines in, and you've got lamps that are just kind of lighting everything on board the ship. It's got that, you know, nice yellow tone and everything, and I think the look of the movie is fantastic. I really can't wait to see what else Andre Overdahl does, man, because if this is the type of style that he is going to continue with the movies, I mean, this was absolutely great. Dracula is terrifying, the direction's great, the performances are all good. I mean, if you guys are a fan of the classic Universal monsters, or if you guys are fans of just the Universal monsters in general, this is going to be right up your alley, and I highly recommend it. I mean, this is a new version that we have not seen before on screen, and I love when movies do that, because this comes directly from the captain's log in the novel Dracula. So they were able to take that and make an entire film out of it, and I think that you guys are going to have a really damn good time with this, especially if you guys are Dracula fans. So I'm going to say that this film is recommended. Definitely give this one a watch. If you guys can't see it in the theater, then highly recommend checking it out at some point, but it definitely deserves your money for a ticket. So with all that being said, everyone, post your guys' comments down below. Let me know, what do you guys think of the Last Voyage of the Demeter? Have you guys seen it? What do you guys think about it? Whatever your thoughts are, leave your comments in the comment section. I'd absolutely love to read them. And as always, if you guys like this, don't forget to join me on my journey to 15,000 subscribers, and I will see you guys in my next video.